Alright, folks, welcome back to another video with flyfishingwithjeff.com, and it's an absolute gorgeous day here at Bennet Springs. We're into the catch and release season, and today is Black Friday, the Friday after Thanksgiving, and I'm sure there's a lot of you out shopping. And, well, I'm not. I'm here catching fish, and like I said, it's just a beautiful day to be out here. Hardly anyone around except for a pair of eagles and some hawks and some other things like that. So I hope you enjoy this video, and if you get a chance, visit one of the 4 trout parks out here in Missouri and take advantage of their catch and release, especially here at Bennet Springs. It's just one gorgeous place, and I think you'll really enjoy it. Alright, so as you can see here, I've got one of my trout candies, and this is a little bigger fly than I usually tie, and it's got a little weight to it. I'm also using a 6-weight rod here with a Rio sink tip line. The last 10 foot sinks about 1.5 inches, so gets the fly down, but not terribly quick. Like I said, we are here at Bennet, and it's catch and release season, and it's really a cool time to be there because the crowds, well, there really aren't any crowds. There's never a crowd there during catch and release, or very seldom anyway, and starts second week in November, runs all the way through the end of February, just before they start the regular season again. As you can see, if you haven't been to Bennet, it's kind of just a lazy flowing spring creek, and about 3/4 to a mile it flows down to the confluence where it comes in at the Nyangwa. And in the winter, you can catch and release season, you can fish the entire section. In fact, I like to go down to the very end, and have had some good success with smallmouth down at the end, where the smallmouth will move up out of the river into the, actually this time now, the warmer water of the spring. I'm here just above the dam and in zone 1, and just making long cross stream cast, sometimes parallel, sometimes a quarter down, and sometimes a quarter up, and making short strips, rapid strips with the trout candy. And as you can tell, had a pretty good day. I was here hour and a half or so, moved from the head of the island down to about where the just above the dam itself, which if you don't know Bennet, zone 1 is the fly only section, and catch and release is a pretty cool time to be there. One of the things we love to do as a family is we go and we rent the duplexes that set up at the head of the springs, and that's just an excellent way to go, because you really, once you're in, you don't have to go anywhere, you don't have to drive anywhere. The duplexes themselves have 2 bedrooms and a fold-out couch that makes another bed in the living room area. Also has a big bathroom, and has a kitchen facility that's provided for, so if you bring your food and everything, you're basically in. And you can get a hold of the folks at Bennet at 417-532-4307. I always call directly, get through to Annette or one of the other ladies, and they'll hook you up with the information that you need. And it's a great way to go. It's pretty inexpensive, especially if you're sharing it amongst 3 or 4 different guys. And like I said, you don't have to drive anywhere. You can take off and walk and spend the entire day out, or the morning, come back, have some lunch, hit it again in the afternoon. But again, Bennet is just one of those rare places where you can kind of get into and really catch a lot of fish. I've done several videos throughout Missouri, and some here from Bennet. One of the videos I had a comment on was that the way that I was water loading there with my line was scaring the fish. Well, it really isn't. I wouldn't be able to do that obviously for maybe a wild trout who is sipping a dry out in Montana, but I'm using a water-loaded cast to really reach all the way across to the far bank and try to pick off some of those fish that are in the eddies on the far side. And so it really doesn't work out that bad at all. In fact, as you see, I don't water load over an area that I'm going to fish, and that's a good way, especially with this sink tip line. And I again have the cream-colored trout candy on, but I also am using 4X tippet, a pretty light tippet for a streamer, because the water is so clear. And you know, I think 4X, 3X is about as large as I ever go while in the stream. I've also had a couple of comments from people through various ways that it's not trout fishing, and you know, because there's a horn, it's not trout fishing. I think until you give it a try and find out how enjoyable it is, and maybe have to suffer through some days where you don't do very well, then you'd understand a little bit better that yes, indeed it is trout fishing, and can be at times pretty tough. But it's all in your perspective. You know, I guess I'm from southern Indiana. It's 5.5 hours for me there, and it's someplace I enjoy. In fact, all the trout parks in Missouri. But if given a choice and I could be on my float boat, you know, going down the Missouri, out in Montana, or you know, a number of other places, I might take those over this. But I can't do that in a weekend, and this is someplace that you can definitely get to in a weekend and really have a good fish. So really, I think you'll enjoy it. The catch and release is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. There's nothing on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. The park's closed, not closed down, but there's just no catch and release fishing there. And so, you know, the worse the weather, the fewer the people. That's just one of the things that I've kind of come to understand. This again, as if you couldn't hear in the interview there at the beginning, this is Black Friday, and I'm definitely not a shopper. We had been in Nebraska for a few days pheasant hunting, and so swung back down through Missouri and hit Taneycomo, and then on up into Bennet and did some fishing on our way back home. And just makes for an awesome place, especially for a family to go and spread out. And I think you'll really enjoy it. So hope this helps out, gives you some ideas for how to better fish Bennet. And if you need to get a hold of me, use the email address at the end. I've also put Bennet Springs' phone number there for you. I hope you can get there and take advantage of it. If nothing else, the scenery is amazing, the wildlife's amazing. I think you'll really enjoy it all. So hope this helps. Hope you have a good time. Get out there and get going.